8th edition is here. Yay! Time to bring the discussions to a conclusion. Necrons! Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, the final part of Age of 8th. So first of all, if I am talking a little bit funny, it's because a couple of days ago I had a tooth removed, this one just here, and it's pretty painful because they had to dig out the roots and stuff, so if I'm talking funny, that is why. Right, okay, so we now have our book, our loot, and in this video I'm going to run over what I think of everything, basically, as much as I can. I'm going to try and cover and conclude 8th edition. Now, I do sort of some funny clips in these type of videos. I'm not going to be doing that in this one though. Boring! And in this video I'm just going to be a lot more serious, of course. Yeah, those stupid clips, they're so cringe-worthy. Right, okay, so first of all, I am going to start with the tactical objective cards. And these little babies here. Disappointing, I have to say. I'm disappointed by these. Obviously, I previously talked about this, but I don't know if you can see this or not. But look how small that writing is, GW. We don't all have 20-year-old vision. So small, the writing. Why is that so small? There's a massive picture which no one needs to see when they're playing their games, and tiny, tiny font. They could fill that whole card up with that font, make it nice and big so that everyone can see it. So that was disappointing. That's annoying and disappointing. But there you go. So I got my cards. I think that's probably the only negative that I've got about all the stuff that I pre-ordered. So of course I pre-ordered the main rulebook, which I'll have a chat about in a minute. I pre-ordered the Chaos Index and the 2 Xenos Index, because obviously most of my armies are Xenos. Now I didn't pre-order the Imperium ones. Book 1 would have had my Space Wolves in. Now I do have an electronic copy of it, but I didn't pre-order it because I thought I probably wouldn't need it because I've got so many armies here to concentrate on. To be fair, I did try to get hold of a copy afterwards, but they'd all gone. So sort of half regret not having it. But I'm going to try and pick a copy up at some point if I can, somewhere. I'm sure there'll be one floating around. And of course we are going to get codexes for all of the armies in the future anyway, so no biggie. So let's have a quick look at these books. I have to say, what great value these are. I mean, even at full retail of £15, of course I got mine from War Games. If you haven't checked out War Games' website yet, please do so. It's www.wargamesuk.co.uk. Go and check them out. Great deals on there. And yeah, £15, soft back. Keeps the cost down, I suppose, but look at the amount of content you get in there. I was impressed with that, and I think if our old codexes stayed at around £15 in softback, I would have been a lot happier than and they went up to what, 30 quid for a codex with a hard cover. It's going to be interesting what the future codexes are going to be like, but hopefully there'll be something similar to this at a similar price point. And yet, obviously the content inside, it's pretty much just data sheets and rules, sort of basic rules and stuff. So there's not too much like fluff and things to them, but they do the job nicely, and I'm really impressed with them. Obviously we know why they're doing it. Having to flick for the points in a different area and then all the weapon upgrades in a different area of the book is a bit annoying. But we know why they're doing it, so that they can obviously change points levels in the future. But on the whole, great value for money, and just absolutely fantastic. We can play all of our armies from the off with 8th edition, and that's got to be a massive thumbs up to Games Workshop for doing that, because I think that's awesome. Of course, they are a company, wants to sell things, and although that is fantastic for us, of course, they've got other things lined up. There's going to be new codexes coming down the line. We're going to be spending more money, but we know that's going to happen, and I think all in all, a great decision, a great thing to do, so I'm very happy with that. Right, the main rulebook. So I got myself the hard copy. Now, if you're wondering, I didn't get the Dark Imperium. What? And the main reason for that is I don't need Primaris Space Marines. My Space Wolves army is the only Imperium army that I've got. And I don't plan on putting in Primaris Marines in that army. My army is my army. It's just sort of job done as such. And obviously the Nurgle models do look really awesome. But I'm doing Slanesh. Who knows the future? And in the future, I'm sure that those models will be on eBay or splittable or giveaways or whatever. So you just never know the future. But yeah, I didn't go for that set. Also, the other thing, of course, I wanted to sort of keep the cost down of everything that I had to buy. So I just went for the main rulebook, and I felt that. I felt very pleased that there was a main rulebook, to be honest with you, because I was, as you know from one of my, probably the first video, I was sort of not worried or concerned, but you know, I was thinking that maybe the new edition will all be done on PDFs, and I might need to get myself a tablet, etc. And when I saw the books come out, I thought it was only right that I bought the books, just to show, hey, yeah, we do want books, or at least I do. I want books. So this book, very nice book actually, hard book, a reasonable price, £35, full retail. The first, what, 180 pages, that is fluff, goes through all the different armies and some nice pictures, etc. And then you've got sort of the playing the game, open play, you've all seen the rules I'm sure by now. Narrative play, match play, and then you've got the data sheets, descriptions of them, and then you've got the core rules, which are, how many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pages of the core rules. And then of course you go on to the more advanced rules, the advanced missions, etc. in there. So what do I think of it? You love it! You love it! You love it! Awesome! I actually really like this book. This is, I mean, Games Workshop said that this is the edition we've asked for. This is the edition we want. I'm not talking about the rules here, or playing the game yet. I'm talking about what we've got here so far in front of us. And I can't argue with that. Games Workshop, this is what I wanted. This is absolutely awesome. Open play, not into open play so much, but it's good that it's there because anyone can just play. You need the 6 pages of core rules, put down any models you like and just play. Great. Narrative play, I'm not into narrative plays so much, but I did really enjoy all the extra missions that we had back in 4th edition. The ambush mission, the blitz and recon, etc. They're all in here. Awesome, awesome. They've got Carnage in here, the 4-way player game, which I played many times over the years. Awesome, it's in here. City Fight in here. Planetfall in here. It's all in here. That is what I hated about, what edition was it? 5th edition, I think. Was it 5th edition? You had the main rulebook like this. And then they released separate rulebooks for City Fight, separate rulebooks for Planetfall. All the extra missions were all in different rulebooks. We get everything here. I'm very happy with that. And match play. I think it's great that they've segregated out match play. Now I know there's going to be changes in tournaments. I mean, for example, the Northwest Open, which is coming up at War Games, they're going to change who goes first. It's going to be a roll-off rather than how they do it in the main rulebook, because it just seems a little bit biased towards elite armies. There's 1 or 2 things in there for match play. I'm thinking, the big thing I'm very surprised about is First Blood. that they didn't adopt the first strike rule from the ITC, because I think the first strike rule is very, very good. It's fair. You both have a chance in your first turn to get that point, whereas first blood is purely aimed for who takes first turn. So if you're playing an elite army, you get the advantage of going first, and then you get a chance to get the first blood point. Doesn't seem quite right, but obviously tournaments and stuff will be adapting their own formats, etc. But it's great that GW have acknowledged tournament play, they've acknowledged narrative play, and they've acknowledged someone who just has some models and wants to game open play, and it's all in this one book, and it's only £35. I say only £35. I mean, was it 7th edition was like £50, and you got 3 books. I took those 3 books, 2 of them, can't even remember, 1 fluff, I think 1 pictures. I flicked through them, put them upstairs in the loft, got the rule book, put that on the shelf. So I paid £50 for the rule book effectively. This has got everything, and it's got all the extra missions and everything else. I personally, without even played a game, yes, I haven't played a game yet, I am ecstatic by this release. I think it is awesome. So yeah, I haven't played a game yet. Come on, boy, what you doing? But I do have a game planned for tonight. Now, I'm recording this video on Friday, and you're seeing it on the Monday. But I have a 1000-point game planned for tonight with my buddy. Now, so he did text me yesterday, said he's got a leak in his bathroom. So I've got my fingers crossed that we will end up playing tonight, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'll be a bit gutted, to be honest. I'm dying to play this game. But I have been watching all the battle reports, and it's been very, very interesting. It seems like the battle point things to re-roll dice is very prudent in this edition. And what I've been playing, what was it, Blood Bowl? I was playing Blood Bowl, and you get re-rolls and stuff there, don't you? Very valuable re-rolled dice. So I think it's going to be quite big, and I've already seen lots of people like hammering out army lists to get the most amount of command points, so that you can get as many re-rolls as possible. I think it is going to be key. I think that's maybe where people will go at the start of 8th edition to try and get the best army lists they can. Whether that concludes to be the ultimate way to play this edition, I don't know. We'll have to find out, of course. I've also seen quite a few people testing out things. So I think it was Harry from the Dark Artisan. On one of his viewers' request, he didn't actually do it, but a viewer requested to see a Land Raider up against a squad of Termagants. That was very interesting to see how the Termagant bogged down that Land Raider. Things are different now, and it's all about tactics. We've got to learn what's working, what's not working, and those Termagants with the Land Raider, you do not want your Land Raider tied up with Termagants, judging from that video that I saw. But yeah, we're going to have new tactics. So you're going to have to make sure that your Land Raiders are protected, bubble wrapped. You know, they're not vulnerable to being assaulted by a big blob of something. So the tactics are what going to stop. I mean, what I'm trying to say basically is that this book, of course, has some problems. I haven't played yet, but it's going to have problems. I mean, nothing's ever perfect. There's going to be things in there that have been overlooked by GW or are in there on purpose to try and make you buy certain models. But there's going to be some stuff which probably isn't going to be quite right. And the way we're going to overcome that, obviously, is with our tactics and with our list building and with our change of our armies and how we play the game. And that is going to be the fun part of it. I can't wait to get cracking on that. Now, as I said, this is the last video in this series. I am going to continue with some 8th edition videos on a Monday, so every Monday will be 8th edition videos, and I'm going to attempt to do some Necron videos. I'm going to try and do it every Monday. I'm going to try to commit to that. Sometimes it's difficult, but I will do my best to get some Necron 8th edition videos up every Monday of some description. And of course I will have some battle reports as well coming up. Yeah, but has 40k been Sigmarized? Right, the last thing I want to just have a chat about, to conclude, is has 40k been Sigmarized? Has it been dumbed down? Well, I'm thinking no. I know at the beginning of this series I was talking about dumbing down 40k, I was talking about Sigmarization of 40k, and of course we at that time didn't know too much, only snippets, and the snippets have been coming thick and fast over the weeks, and it's been a fun series of videos making these in the build up to this release. Now there's no doubt that obviously there has been some simplification of the rules, all the special rules have gone, etc. But to be honest with you, now I haven't played, but for what I've seen and what I can see in front of me with the rules, 40k doesn't really look that much different. From what I can see, it's possibly a little bit easier to play, less referring to the rules once we get everything locked and loaded. But I think on the whole, it's gonna play like 40k plays. There is a touch of the Sigma rules incorporated into here. We know that, you know, the more wounds and how you score objectives. You know, there's many things which have come over from Sigma, but I think most of it is good and positive, and I definitely don't think that this is a Sigmarization of 40k. I think this is 40k made better. And I might have other conclusions once I've played games, but I'm very, very happy with it. So yeah, I'm happy. But what do you think? I've seen various comments around, most of them good. I mean, I would say probably at least 95% of comments that I've seen about the new edition of 40k have been positive. There are some negative comments around. It's going to happen. But yeah, what do you think of 40k 8th edition? Let me know in the comments box below. I hope you've enjoyed this series of videos. As I said, this isn't the end, this is the start. So keep watching, loads and loads of more content to come. Please like, comment, share and subscribe. Hit the bell button so you can keep up to date with the wonders of Warhammer 40k, and I'll see you in the next video.